Meanwhile, CeeDee Lamb's apologizing for his body language.
Well,
You see that?
It was terrible. It was awful, that whole game.
Were you thinking that when you saw it?
Yeah, I mean, here's what I'm thinking, right? Like, I love CeeDee. If you're a Cowboys fan, you love CeeDee, but you came to camp late. Literally, you and Dak had a week to work on your chemistry, on your timing, your routes.
Well, it's not his fault why he came to camp late.
But
you wanted
he was
him
holding out, though.
You wanted him holding in?
And that would have been preferable, I think. Right, but now you're going out there. You're the second highest paid wide receiver. You're the star of the team, one of the stars. You're the one who dropped balls. You're the one who fumbled, and like you're sitting there looking. I mean, the body language was off. It was terrible, and I had to put it on him. You know, like it just wasn't a
Fight
good look.
through it.
You have to.
This is what he had to say when the subject matter came up this week.
Honestly, I got to be truthful to myself, and I played a part in that loss, a big part, honestly. And nor did my body language nor attitude approaching the situation help the situation or the outcome of the game. Yeah, I kind of let the game get to my head a little bit. Can't blame nobody. You got to start with the man in the mirror, and I'm a huge believer in that. And watching that game kind of pissed me off, but hey, I did that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get mad at nobody else. So with that being said, I've learned.
What a conversation to be had after just 3 weeks.
Wow.
Body language. Listen, I understand. I get it.
That's how receivers are, though, right? Most of them act that way to get that way, like you said earlier in the show. But, you got to expect a little bit more from him. And I don't think, hopefully, that's the last time we'll see that going forward.
I don't think so, pal.
You're probably right, okay, but still.
Kavonte Turpin, Jalen Brooks, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, Jake Ferguson, Luke Schoonmaker, Rico Dowdle, Zeke Elliott. Somebody step up and make some plays. Dak is going to have to find them and make them. Because what the Giants are doing right now in a short week, certainly when game plans need to be simplified, 88 is not beating us. Let everyone else beat us. And let everyone loose on 4. And let our guy, Devin Singletary, who I saw one of those next-gen stats, third in the league in forcing missed tackles, I guess. I don't know how you can figure out what that is, but juking people, and
I guess
he's good at it, and everybody's staring at him as like an RB1 fantasy play this week. And that would be a great way to just bringing out all of our segment conversations together. That would be a great way to say we don't need Saquon here. As a matter of fact, one of the ways we afforded Brian Burns, all the other methods of trying to get better. In the same way, if I'm Dallas, I'm Mike Zimmer, I'm circling the kid. He ain't beating us.
You better.
And let's see who else can. But I do get the body language stuff. He's frustrated because here it is happening again. This is a third straight game where this game was over by halftime. They did make a nice little run. Otherwise, you'd have heard the cackling from Stephen A's selfie video a lot sooner than you did before he posted it on Sunday. So Cooper loves that, by the way. He loves the Stephen A videos, man.
You know who doesn't love him?
You.
Yeah.
No, who really loves him? Me.
Yeah, I know. But I understand the body language stuff. Like, you got to be a leader. You got to avoid that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like say when you come to work and suddenly the cameras aren't working for some reason.
Yes.
And
that's just how some
everybody
of us
looks to
handle
me
it,
and
Rich.
see how I'm handling it.
Some of us, some of us stay calm under pressure. Some of us kind of float a little bit. They can't handle it.
You're right. You're looking at me like, how am I handling
it? Chapter 13. How Rich reacted.
By the way, if you notice, I'm not crowdsourcing how I handled it.
It's always going to work out in the end. That's my take.
I'm kind of proud of myself.
You were good today, Rich.
I've got a great team. Just depended on the great team, and here we are.
During COVID was a little different.
So
that was just it was the Mike Del Tuzo.
Had I handled it any worse, I would have demanded a $34 million a year contract.
I want my money out. He can get.
Because that's the way it works, right? That's the way it works. Is that if you have bad body language, that's what you deserve, right?
Like,
hey, 88 better get used to days like that. It's
Like
going
I
to be
said,
tough getting open, and you could be as talented as as you are.
Well, I feel a lot
You
of
could
it
be
was
as talented
timing.
as you are.
I think that's what it was. Timing issues. Those guys just weren't in rhythm.
Well, here's the thing: if you do that, and Bill Belichick's head coach, you get benched.
I don't think Bill would even bench CeeDee though.
Bill comes from the world of treating the certain players differently. Yeah. He comes from the Parcells tree.
yeah.
That's my favorite story, man.
You also get chewed out.
That's my favorite story. When Lawrence Taylor came on the set of the NFL 100 show, that Bill told that story of how he would hold meetings and Lawrence was late. And he went to Parcells to basically let him know what's going on. Lawrence Taylor started the meeting. He was late, coach. And Parcells told him, why'd you start the meeting without him? Sometimes you got to treat others differently. Bill knows that.
Well,
Bill knows that.
Ain't the 80s anymore.
Is that right? Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.